Hi, man. We're here at the Dollar Interview, and what's your name?
My name's Fisher Ritter.
Fisher Ritter. Fisher Ritter, who are you?
I'm a computer science major with emphasis on game development and design.
Cool. And describe yourself.
Well, I don't know. I try a lot to fit in, but in a lot of ways I just end up screwing it up for myself. And I have a lot of ambitions, but I can't really follow up sometimes. But I feel like college is a new start.
Thank you. And where are you from?
I was born in Texas, and I, at the age of 2, was moved out to Arizona, and from there I've just been here for like pretty much my entire life.
And what matters most to you?
Leaving something behind that will persist. Like if mankind were to come up with some way to, have something to persist even when the sun millions and millions of years from now is too close to the sun to inhabit life. If we can create something that will still be there and something else could take a look at and go, wow, something used to be here.
Prolong our existence.
Yeah.
And what are your 3 most favorite things to do?
Procrastinate, play video games, and eat.
And how would you say you got to where you are now?
I'm sorry, what?
How would you say you got to where you are now?
Privileges. I was born into a pretty middle class family that worked their way up to the higher middle class, and my stepdad works here, so I get free tuition. So I've done nothing to get here, but I'm trying my best now.
Luck. And what are your 3 most prized possessions?
Oh God, my voice probably. That's one. I used to do theater in high school, and that's really what got me there. Probably my brain, because it allows me to think and reason and comprehend things. And then, I don't know, probably my family, if I could count them as a possession, because I wouldn't be anything without them.
Great answers, thank you. Do you have a favorite book?
I really hated it when I read it in middle school, but The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, because it really woke me up to how hard you have to think to really make it in this world. The first chapter is nothing but scientific terms and things that you don't understand, and them talking about a 4th dimension beyond that which we can comprehend. And you really have to put time and effort to understand anything that they're saying. None of the words that they're saying is even in a dictionary. You have to look up, through a scientific dictionary, what they're talking about. So, honestly, I feel like that's probably my favorite book.
Like the challenge of it?
Yeah.
And if you could vacation anywhere in the world, where would it be?
God, probably England, because it's cloudy all the time, so I won't sunburn. It's pretty nice. And, I hear they got some pretty good fish and chips and stuff. I'd like to try it.
And if you could solve one world problem?
It's kind of like a broad topic, conflict. I wish we could all, as a species, get onto one page and focus our efforts on one specific task, because I feel like we would get a lot more done, because so many people spend so much time arguing over petty things like whose version of God is right. When if we all came together, we could further persist our existence on this planet, and possibly even get down to the real problems, third world countries still being a thing, and how they can never really get themselves out of that rut because we're so focused on ourselves.
Do you have any regrets to 16 to this day?
Probably not trying hard enough in high school. I really stopped caring about halfway into my freshman year, which is sad. But I still managed to get out with over a 3.0, which is okay. But I really wish I would have done more with myself back then, because had I done that, I feel like I could have way more doors open for me now.
And what are your thoughts when I say about the government?
Oh, our government? Well, I definitely think there are some things kind of corrupt. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Saying that is kind of contradictory, because of course you say it and people begin to suspect it, but You know, there's a lot of evidence that says, you know, we've falsified some things and made some stuff up, and it's just, I really feel like we just need to stop it. We need to stop that stuff. We need to stop the pursuit of material goods, which goes along with the conflict thing. We need to stop our pursuit of material goods and, you know, focus together and like maybe solve something for once rather than creating more conflict to benefit ourselves.
All right, man. Last question I got for you. What's the first thing that comes to mind when I say the word life?
Struggle. Life is an endless labyrinth of obstacles, and if you're not properly prepared for any one of them, you could be caught flat on your A word. You know, I don't want to cuss. Probably a family-friendly show.
No problem.
So you know, if you get caught flat on your butt, like I made the mistake of, you know, not saving enough during high school, and so I got here and I had about maybe $600 in my bank account, and I said, okay, I can start saving from here. And then my car needed 4 new wheels, and so I got down to like 200, and I was like, all right, I need to start saving. Got back up to 600, and then I get to my first week of college, and it turns out in like 3 of my classes, laptops are mandatory. And so I'm sitting there with $8 in my bank account, a laptop on my back, but at the same time, what does that mean when I can't even buy a full tank of gas? So, you know, life is just a bunch of obstacles, and what you can do to prepare, you should.
All right, final question.
All right.
Do you have anything to tell to any of the viewers that could be watching right now? One thing you think they should have inside of them?
Live your life like it really means something. Like you could do something that could really matter. And like for jobs, for instance, try and leave a job better than you had found it. Try and do something with your life that betters mankind.
Thank you.
You don't have